about whatever you want. And the vote is in. Your live this week, this Tuesday, is about oracle cards, which is interesting to me because I love all forms of divination. So let's talk first about what does that mean and what is that for, and what to do with the information we receive from whatever form of divination we choose. So what is divination? Fortune telling, right? Foreseeing the future. And this is your helpful reminder that there is no one future, which means you are free to make changes and choices however you see fit. So, anyone who tells me you have only one set path in your life is unaware that choice is more important, right? So, you always have a choice. So, there's no time when a reading should ever tell you exactly what's going to happen next. Now, that said, there is a lot of awesome information available in intuition methods. So, divination tools are designed to exercise your own intuitive capacity, meaning the cards don't really say anything. Your intuition does. The cards are there to help instigate that. Now, let's talk a little bit about um, the way I like to read any type of divination is that um, it's a current possibility given your current trajectory, right? So if you continue doing what you're doing, this is where you're probably going to end up. Now, you can also, in a very good in-depth reading, also find out what different options are available, what resource you might like to need, what past thing is going to affect this future outcome unless you deal with it, right? So that's really where readings can get much deeper and become much more helpful. And in this opportunity, they're really useful as an introspection tool, right? So the difference between Oracle and Tarot. So Tarot, I don't have my deck with me. So to show you, I use the regular traditional Rider-Waite. And every time I go and buy a new tarot deck, I think, oh, this one's so cute. I love it. And then I end up giving it away because I always go back to the traditional Rider-Waite. That's the one that we see in pop art around tarot. That's the deck that is most commonly used. It is not the only tarot deck available. It's not even the only traditional tarot deck, right? So you have lots of options. Tarot really is a more comprehensive tool. The cards are a lot more open to different types of interpretations. Some schools of thought suggest that you should memorize card readings, meanings. I started this way when I was learning when I was a kid, reading tarot for decades. And there are also different ways of interpreting the meaning behind each card. So, different schools of thought regarding this, whether you follow, Aleister Crowley's method or there are different ways of a lot from it. Now, if you like tarot, then a really fun way for me to go about it is really a spectrum, right? On one side, you memorize the meaning of the card and you recite the meaning of the card, and it's really the pattern of the card's arrangement that determines what the message really is. It's how they're all connected, the cards on your spread. It's not really about what each single one card will mean. However, sometimes a single card drawing is sufficient. There's also the other side of the spectrum, which is pure intuition method. You don't think about what the card means at all. You just ask yourself what it means to you, and you allow it to be a pure intuition tool. The way I teach it is I can teach anyone to read the tarot in an hour, like less than that. And it's fun and it's a relaxed, easy way to do it. It's not my rapid fire usual teaching method. But the way I usually teach it is with a framework. So there's a framework around understanding the layout of a tarot deck, and then how to use that for intuition without having to like be purely inventing the meaning every time you draw a card. You have this framework to support understanding and then use that to then develop the intuition skill. So I like that because it's faster and it's easier. It doesn't require a bunch of memorization. It follows like mnemonics, and so this is the way I like to teach it. I usually do this one-on-one, but I do group classes on occasion too. I also love other divination methods. So in this one, we're talking about oracle. So where's tarot and oracle different? So oracle cards come in a huge variety also. They have their own theme. They don't follow a specific pattern. The only pattern that oracle cards must follow is that there's a deck and each card means something different. And that's it. You can actually do a tarot reading with a regular playing card deck. You can do an oracle reading with a regular playing tarot deck or playing card deck. Um, like a poker deck, right? That's also an option. But I mean, if you get good at divination and intuition skills, you can read a glass of water, And I have all kinds of tools that I love to read. Crystal balls is a new one for me. I really have been enjoying that. I use a round obsidian mirror. I also don't have that with me. You can read a candle, right? A candle flame and how it flickers. You can read one of my favorite brujas likes to do an egg cleansing, right? And then cracks the egg into a glass of water and will read what's in the way the egg settles in the glass of water, the yolk and the white and all that, and will tell you about what the egg picked up in the cleansing. Or throw it in a fire, and the way it explodes will tell you about what it is that it cleansed from you. So there's all kinds of cool divination tools out there. Lots of people like runes. I also throw bones. Right, here's my tiny travel bones kit with some goodies in there. And I love to teach that too, because again, that one's a significantly more intuitively based. Runes come in many forms also. Most people are familiar with the Futhark runes, which are the Norse ones with the Norse rune meaning the drawing, right? The letter that's on them. I've been using these little kit of 13 witch runes, which are super fun. Also significantly more intuition than, because I mean, this one is an eyeball, right? But what does that mean? I guess that's up to you, isn't it? So that's super fun. So everyone's favorite old school oracle tool is actually flipping a coin. So this one's a fun coin. It says yes on this side, and it's got like a little mystical tarot theme going on, and the side is Morte on this side. So flipping a coin is an oracle method that a lot of people are really familiar with, even if you're not really into divination methods. Are you familiar with the I Ching? Yes, and I love that you said that. That's not my zone of expertise, but I am familiar with it. Absolutely, awesome tool. Awesome tool. I love that you said that. Awesome. Thank you for asking that. And yes, please ask questions. I love it. The reason I like to go live is to challenge myself to go off the cuff, and I never know even what we're going to talk about until right before we come online, because of the vote that's in the Facebook group. If you like to participate in the vote, I'm not sure how to do that with YouTube, but if you want to check out the Facebook group, that's where the poll gets posted every week on a Sunday or Monday, and then you pick the theme and we talk about whatever you like. So that'll be magic and medicine topics. I work as a medicine shaman. So a lot of the topics are about animal totems and medicine work as well. So lots of personal development stuff. I'm an NLP practitioner, so I love all of the stuff that has to do with how can we change our mind, how can we grow into the best selves, and how can we inspire ourselves along the way to be happy and enjoy our life and have a good time, and leverage all of the tools available to us, not just the ones that appear reasonable or rational, for example, magic tools. So again, oracle, tarot, and any other form of divination that you like. Old school druids used to be able to tell you that the shape of a certain cloud, or the way a leaf would fall off a tree, they could tell you something about like what's happening in the world or what it means to you. And you go for it. Have a great time. Find your own way, find your own divination tool, and enjoy the process of learning to relate with it. And it really just comes from a lot of practice and experience, right? So oracle cards specifically, because that was our topic today. We've covered divination basics, right? Are really single meaning cards that, yes, you can do a spread with them, which means that the cards will form interrelationships between the meanings of one another and can create more deep understanding. But remember, this is a reflection tool. It's not designed to tell you like what's going to happen, because only you can choose that, right? So what can happen, what will likely happen, what a different path may take you down as an outcome is really going to that's where the tool comes in handy. And just like flipping a coin, it's not that the coin tells you what to do. It's that the coin tells you a choice, and then you decide, oh, did I really like that choice or did I not? And the idea is to cause you to understand what you want, not just tell you what to do, right? You can also enjoy chance and just go with whatever the coin says. But oftentimes we flip the coin and we get the answer and we think, oh, actually, I just realized I really want that other thing. So do it, right? It's not for the tool to tell you how to live your life. It's for you to determine how an introspection tool, an intuition tool can help you expand your own intuitive senses, understand yourself more deeply, or help you make complex decisions, or sometimes even simple decisions that maybe feel complex or big. Because when you're faced with having to really sit down for a moment and approach a concept with clarity, and gain clarity for yourself in it, then that's how you can learn to provoke your own thinking, your own feeling about a situation. And a lot of times with these tools, it's really for the feeling side of it, not just the thinking side of it. So what will happen maybe is not what the tool is for you. Maybe it's how am I really feeling today, or what's a thought today that I should be with for the day. Inspiration cards work this exact same way. You pull a card in the beginning of the day and you say, this is my thought for the day. This is my mantra for the day. This is my inspiration for how I'm going to choose to move through my time today. So I recommend inspiration cards too. They work in exactly the same way. So I have two of my favorite Oracle deck here with me. One of them is an animal spirit deck, but it's really small. It's travel size, right? So I like to travel with this one. And here's buffalo, right? And we have lots of different critters in here. And the critter and some other things. The critter can tell you something about where you're at, what it is that you maybe like to think about, or some quality that it's maybe time to explore a little bit. My favorite way of enjoying an oracle reading is actually with family. So friends and family, we gather in the evening, we sit around, we pull an animal card, and we talk about what does that mean for us right now, or how are you going to deal with that problem at work? Well, if I pull the buffalo card, maybe that means that I need to think more about like my own sense of perseverance, or whatever the buffalo represents for you. For some of us, it represents pure connection to the divine. So maybe that's what it means for you, and you need to approach your problem from that direction. And how does that feel to try on that idea? And that's the idea, right? So we like animal cards also in a variety of different spreads. So if we have like a business idea or a project coming up, we'll put them in we like often a spread called the butterfly spread. So it talks about the inspiration that you may need in each phase of a project. The inception, what's the strength coming into it, what'll be the point of weakness for you, and what can be the outcome if you leverage your strength and minimize your weakness, right? So very cool. Any insights on cats? I love cats very much. We could actually do a whole live on cats. I have a peculiar perspective that I feel like cats are probably an interdimensional being, and they only occur as like little and cute and fuzzy in our dimension, and that's why they're pissy, right? They're about long been considered spiritual beings, and in some traditions they're very important, like in modern witchcraft traditions, actually in older witchcraft traditions too, and also ancient Egypt is popular for its association with magic cats, right? So there's lots there to unpack. Cats are awesome. I also see that cats can see spirits a lot, which is cool. So I like to refer to them for what's going on in the house. So some readers can give you really specific information. My partner does readings like this, and it's incredible. Dates and times and like property addresses and stuff like this. It's really incredible. But for most people who are starting out with these types of tools, or even expert in these tools, that's really not what they're best for. So I also have this other deck that I really like that I want to share with you, and it's called the Threads of Fate Oracle, and I liked it because it was shiny. This is the back of the card. This is one of the cards. It's got dolphins on it. More critters, right? It says play. I'm actually in the process of writing an Oracle deck, which I've been doing for years and would love to publish soon. So if anyone knows a cool artist who likes a bold, high contrast aesthetic, it's a shamanic deck. So I'm really excited to share that. So hopefully that'll come up soon. And yeah, you can totally make your own. That's part of the joy of divinations methods like reading bones is most bone throwing kits don't actually contain many bones. They contain all kinds of other things. And I love to teach these methods because they're so personal. It's really exciting. So I thought we would do a reading together and practice and see real time, like what does this look like? So you can either be open or you can have a question in mind. So we're going to pull an animal card and practice with that. Should get Annie to draw. Yeah, should, right? Maybe we'll do a live together at some point. That'd be cool. She does well. She's awesome work. So but she has done a lot of readings over the years too. She's brilliant. So let's do an animal card. So I'm going to thumb my thumb here through the deck, and then you say stop, and whenever you say stop, if I pull the card when you say stop, then the card's for you. All right, so are you ready? I meant the deck. I thought about that too because her colors are just so vibrant. Her work is so spiritual. I definitely am thinking about that too. Then we just have to convince her to do it, right? Okay, so this one is the octopus card. So the octopus card, the octopus is generally considered a symbol of intelligence. So this is about really thinking through your problems, but also being creative, right? The octopus is adaptable and it's super creative. So how can you be strategic and adaptable at the same time, where you can apply good intellect and also flexibility to whatever it is that you're facing? So this card suggests that whatever it is you're considering right now, whatever's in front of you, or maybe it's just your thought for the day, is how can I be strategic, flexible, and creative all at the same time? How can you bring these different qualities together in a way that helps you solve your problems? Because the octopus is a brilliant problem solver. So we're going to do one more animal card, and without thinking of timing, let's just pull a card. And our card is going to be almost dolphin again, right? Cheetah. So the cheetah card is all about speed, right? It's about taking action, and the cheetah doesn't hold back. He goes, it is a cat. That's right. This one's for you. Then, so the cheetah, when he sees what he wants, he goes for it. Full throttle. He does not sit there. He doesn't wait. He doesn't look anymore. When he's made his decision that it's time to attack, he goes full force. Now, he doesn't have a lot of stamina, but he does have a huge amount of energy when it's time for him to have that energy, right? So this is about taking full action and running full force at the thing that you really want, knowing that you got what it takes to get there, right? So just because it came up, we are going to do another animal card, and then we'll do the other Ascended Spirit deck. So this one, because it came up in the other deck too, which is not an animal deck, is Dolphin. Who likes dolphins, right? So the dolphin, also appreciated for its intelligence, is really a playful creature. So they love to play. They love to horse around. They like to get it on. They like to, live their best life, and they have a lot of fun, right? So dolphin energy is a lot about play. Dolphin energy is also a lot about star intelligence, if you're into that kind of thing. So dolphin card may mean for you to be playful and not take yourself so seriously and enjoy your life, because it is brief, right? Our life. So no one is promised tomorrow. So we should live fully and have a good time and play, and remember not to take ourselves and the people around us quite so seriously sometimes. And this is a really great card for relationships too, of any kind, not just romantic partnerships, but any kind of relationship can benefit from a little fun, right? A little play. And also, if you like, the connection with star being energy, right? So whatever type of intelligence or wisdom can come from that kind of space too. So those are the little animal critter cards, my little travel deck. But I bring this one everywhere with me too, because I like the black deck as well. So these cards are different because they also contain concepts, and I'm pretty abstract person, so I like concepts. So we're going to pull a couple of concept cards too. Okay? So the first card that we've pulled is the Creator. So there's a magic wand in the picture. You see how it's so shiny? I love it. So this card is, again, we spoke about how it can mean something that you're facing right now. How many cards did you bring to Chile? A few. It is my work, so I brought work stuff knowing that I would be here for a while. So I brought a bunch of shit. I also always have medicine, so I have a bunch of things that I thought I would need here. But I didn't bring all of them because that would have been a little ridiculous. So the Creator and the magic wand here is the reminder for you, because you remember that this can mean either the way to approach a current scenario that you're wondering about, or it can also refer to just some other form of like self-reflection, or it can also tell you about what's preventing you from getting what you want, right? This is Emma, by the way. I'm missing. You're so funny. It says crow. Nice to see you, Emma. I love you. I miss you. But yeah, I did bring too many cards. Okay. Listen, I don't want to hear about overpacking from you, Missy. Little bird. I love you, sweetheart. I miss you. I don't know if we'll hop over to Purdue soon. Hopefully we can be there on the same time. That'd be cool, right? So the Creator card, this is your reminder that you are always creating your reality. And I get asked all the time, how do I get better at manifesting? Like, oh, you're a prime manifester. You're manifesting all the time. You may just not like what you're creating, right? And if you want something else, that's when we start learning more skills about how we can improve our focus, right? And how we can get there with more ease. So whatever you want in your life, you can have. And I would ask yourself to dream right now, because we are in a phase of releasing, we're in a phase of dreaming, and we're about to hit a new moon, which is all about taking massive action. So that's your cheetah energy, right? Go fling yourself at your next thing, but not yet. Wait for this next new moon. So there's actually a YouTube video all about what's going on with our current lunar eclipse. If you like that, check it out. So it's called Eclipse Season Video, or Eclipse Slingshot, I think. So the creator card is here to remind you that you are the ultimate creator. And if you're not liking what you're creating, then maybe it's time to do some self-reflection, because yes, sometimes it may seem like our external circumstances are creating our internal environment, but it's really the other way around, right? Where we are projecting always. So, what it is that we have inside is what's occurring outside, even if it's something that's there to show us that we no longer need that. And it's never a test. It's an opportunity to make choice, because that's what time is for, right? That's what life is for. So this creator card is here to remind you to dream, right? And the magic wand suggests that if you could, here's your question of the day. If you could wave a magic wand and have any one thing, what would it be? I would love to hear your dream in the comments. I do a lot of work with dreams. That includes both goals and nocturnal wanderings, right? Visions. So what's your vision? What's your big vision? What's your big dream? Like, what's your huge goal? And tell me here in the comments, because I always circle back around and respond to them. And I would love to hear what it is that inspires you right now. It's very exciting what's been happening in our, even if you're not into astrology and all of that, there's definitely a cosmic energy right now that is happening here on Earth. And it's a phenomenal time to dream bigger and live more heart focused and really pursue what it is that you want without being stuck in the what needs to be. You know what I mean? So this creator card is here to remind you that you do have a magic wand, and it's called intention and then action. Our last video was all about how to navigate that continuum between intention and surrender. Right? Intention and surrender, creation and receiving, right? So this is time to start creating. What's your dream, and what are you going to do to take small steps to get there? Because you can have whatever you want in your life if you go get it. Your limits are not as many as you think. So the next card, ooh, this is for you, Emma. Death. Look how cute. It's got some reishi mushrooms over here, looks like. So the death card, it commonly shows up in both tarot and oracle decks of a variety, and they almost never mean actual death, right? They usually refer to change, right? So some people may like to interpret this as an eco-death experience, the loss of self, right? It's the loss of self-identity. I also love this card for an identity crisis, one of my favorite specialties. Miss Emma, you know that. I see your little skull, that's cute. So death cards refer to big changes. So that's what's happening right now, big shift. So what do you want to create? What needs to die in order for you to get there? And what change in yourself do you need to cause in order to create a different external reality? So it's not going to be just about, and this is in the Eclipse Slingshot video too, it's not just about what you want, it's about who you will be. Because I imagine that if you had exactly what you wanted, you would probably be a slightly different person once that occurs. If you can cause yourself to become that person now, then what you want will happen inevitably, right? So how do you want to live? Who do you want to be? And who gets to die? What part of yourself is it time to let perish so that you can move on to be your next best self and create the life of your dreams? So I would love to hear also then what can die? What is it time to let go of? And the card that came up after that was, of course, the surrender card. And check out the last video for the concept of like, how do you balance surrender and intention? So surrender is the process of letting go and allowing life to carry you forward in a flow, which is an interesting juxtaposition to the rest of these cards, which are super intention and action focused. So again, what do you need to surrender? What do you need to let go of? And sometimes that's control or attachment to outcome, right? A lot of times our greatest achievements are really when we're unattached to the outcome and we just move towards some goal that maybe looks a little bit different when we get there than we thought. And this is a wonderful thing. It means you're growing. So um, our last card is going to be Dare to Dream. I love the chicken claw jewels situation. These cards are so cool and shiny. So Dare to Dream. Again, what is your dream? What's your big vision? What is it that you would just be so thrilled to actualize in your life? And I would love to help you get there. So maybe we do a live on dream achievement or whatever you like next. Remember that if you go check out the Facebook group, you can contribute to the poll and vote. What's your desire? And if you like, also you can leave it here in the comments what you would like to see from us next. We are often on the move, but I try to enjoy sharing this time with you. And again, this is a conversation. I already know what I know. I'm here to share with you. So whatever you would like to know is what I would like to give, right? So leave me some comments, leave me some questions. I love to answer questions. And if you have a topic that is very interesting to you, now that we've moved here to the YouTube venue, let me know what you think about the YouTube situation, or if you know YouTube, because I'm not as adept with this medium. Is there a way where I can see what is wanted? Is there a way I can do a poll or something? I don't know. You tell me. You probably know better than I do since you're here with me. So let me know what it is that you like and what you're here for, and I would love to be here for you. With that, we've crossed over our time limit, so I am going to say goodnight. And there is a tarot reading going on downstairs, ironically, as we speak, with my partner's sweet grandmother. So we're going to go read cards. And I can hear it's already going on down there. So I'm going to go enjoy a card reading and bring my shiny oracle decks. It's always fun. I like to use them in combination actually with other methods where a tarot reading will ask for clarity, or a tarot reading will show like what the possible outcome will be. So I asked like what is a clarity, or what is a resource that can be leveraged in order to achieve this goal or a different one. And the tarot or the oracle card will go on top of the tarot reading to offer whatever insight that can come from a different type of resource, right? Like an oracle deck, for example, is different from tarot. Have you ever worked with the Hindu deity Ganesha? Yes, in fact, in medicine ceremony, I often sing to Ganesha and often leave candies at the front door for him because he's very playful, childlike energy. We had lots of play vibe and dolphin vibe going on here. So Ganesha is powerful, but also playful and tricky, right? It's more like child energy of creativity and imagination also. So yes, I love working with Ganesh, and I always sing mantra during medicine ceremony to bring in that door opening, also with play vibe that I think is so important and overlooked, especially in deep spiritual work. I love that question. Such interesting questions. I hope Keith, hello. I hope that this was joyful for you, fun, helpful, or at least interesting. And I'm looking forward to seeing what it is that comes up that you would like to hear about next. With lots of love, many blessings, Kat Rambo, your medicine woman, signing off. Bye.